Yes, sir. Welcome back to another Chop or Die film session. I am your host of the Chop or Die podcast, Mual. Jamal Forrest, man. And listen, on this episode, it's going to be a quick one because we're talking about Quan Martin here, right? Quan Martin, the guy who only played 7 snaps against the Atlanta Falcons. Obviously in absence of Derek Forrest and Jeremy Reeves, who was backing up Derek Forrest. But they eased him into the game plan on Sunday. They wanted to kind of see how they can use him, obviously based on their training, his cross training over the offseason. And you know, while preseason didn't go too strong for him, he responded really well on the looks and snaps that he got on Sunday. Actually earned himself a 91 Pro Football Focus rating, which is, for a person who had only 7 snaps, is a good metric to measure against what you saw on tape and actually how he was kind of graded. So without further ado, like, subscribe, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Let's tap into this Quan Martin film session. Chop it down. All right, so we only got, like I said, we only got a few plays, but let's go ahead and start with one of the ones where he's in the box. As you see where that mouse was, running back one for a quick second. Lined up right next to Cody Barton in this instance. And his first responsibility is lined up on Bijan Robinson. And for him, again, we're looking at Quan. That's the main thing we're tapping into. When you're looking at Quan and understanding his, now granted, Bijan stopped when by the time he declared his route, Bijan did, the ball was already out. So in terms of Bijan getting inside of Quan Martin, in terms of crossing his face, Quan already knew the ball was out. But again, matching this responsibility well in this cover 3 situation. Now you see Cody Barton kind of walling in essence. So it's a really good scheme or play call from Atlanta, but also a good job by Kyle Pitts recognizing that zone void and just settling, because Cody Barton ended up carrying that. I think that was Drake London who went far up. Yeah, Drake London. So really good job from Kyle Pitts and Desmond Ridder just finding a way to get the ball out quickly. But again, when we're focusing on Quan here, his responsibility first lined up against Bijan Robinson. So you kind of see off rip where you kind of notice Cam Curl plays for Washington and his responsibility. They don't necessarily want Derek Forrest in the box to do those type of things, right? But they do trust Quan Martin doing it, and that kind of alleviates the type of workload that Cam Curl will have in the box. And they said that in the offseason as well, right? They needed somebody like that. But also, as we continue to go on and go further into this film session for his few plays, you'll see how he was able to be utilized in other instances. But again, first snap in the box, and not a bad situation or not a bad positioning from Quan Martin to even start the game for him. And next up, you got Quan along the edge, opposite or top of Montez Sweat, aligned over top of Drake London. In essence, showing a 7-man pressure, right? Looking like a cover 0 on the back end. And obviously, as you see, Kendall Fuller is not moving from his alignment. He's playing off coverage, reading and reacting to the quarterback, knowing that the ball has to come out quick. He gets his pick, right? But you see where Quan Martin is aligned. Now, he was in the box as a Buffalo nickel the previous play. Now they're using him on the edge as a blitzer to get around the corner. And ultimately, the cover 0 pressure look results in a pick for Desmond Ridder and a stat sheet stuffer for Kendall Fuller. There you go. Really good play. Shout out to Emmanuel Forbes, juiced up on the sideline, running the sideline, and congratulate Kendall Fuller. Next up, you see the mouse. Now you have Quan Martin aligned in the slot, right? But I also said this on Twitter. I don't think I've ever seen, I'm talking about this season, I don't think I've ever seen a safety or even a defensive back be able to successfully time the snap up and blitz from depth, meaning getting home to the quarterback in this instance, right? Very quickly. Like, the ball is going to come out in around 3 seconds. But you see Quan Martin here, time up the snap, have the speed and quickness to first off reach the quarterback, but even bend the edge in a sense, right? And get a hand on the football. You're going to see him right here too, a flash, because he's not even in the screen at this point. But he gets around really quickly. And they end up, if it wasn't for Cody Barton, you get your strip sack from Quan Martin. So again, Buffalo nickel position, edge rusher, blitzer, edge blitzer. And now you have a guy who is playing from the slot, right? And first off, holding his position well, like not even disguising his blitz as long as he could before he commits and declares his intention. And able to get home and make a play. Again, penalty on Cody Barton eliminates the stat that he would have had, a sack and a strip. But a very good play from Quan Martin from the depth in which he ran his blitz. Really good play. Hey, look, you see it. He knew. That was money. That was money. Another rep from Quan. Now I mentioned again, what did we see so far? We saw Buffalo nickel in the box. We saw edge blitzer. We saw, I guess it was a cat blitz. Yeah, blitzing from depth, right? And now you're seeing him in a 2-high look, right? So they're running a cover 2 in this instance. You have, who is that? I want to say that is Cam Curl, who is that middle safety that's splitting Percy Butler and Quan, right? So essentially an inverted 2 where Cam Curl just drops down a little bit, but the safeties, 2-high safeties, reach their depth, right? But they do a good job, Benjamin St-Juste and Quan Martin on the play side in which the route is being ran, right? They do a good job of squeezing that corner route, but the issue here is the play on the ball. So kudos to Quan Martin for making the play, right? Getting the tackle and preventing the play from being bigger. You would like to see Benjamin plays it well up until the point where he has to try and make a play at the catch point. And he wasn't able to get a hand on the football. And he actually honestly lost the football if you look at the other angle that I'm going to show you. But again, good job from Quan. Good job from Ben in terms of coverage. But good job from Quan really marrying his depth in terms of where, I forget his name, the receiver, where he's going in terms of his stem, but also not being too far inside, like maintaining a leverage point to where he can really explode on the football and make a play if he had to. It shouldn't have been a completion. Anyway, again, 2-high look. We saw the Buffalo nickel. We saw the corner blitz. We saw the edge blitz. They used him all over the field on Sunday. And I think for a person like Quan Martin, who is clearly being eased into the game plan in his first debut, or his first defensive debut for the Washington Commanders, he reacted really well. He responded really well, made some plays while he was out there in his limited role, earned a high grade in terms of how he was viewed from the data / analytics people. And that was a really good, encouraging start for Quan Martin, a person, again, who really didn't have the best of preseasons as a rookie. And again, preseason is preseason. But at the same time, when you're learning so much so quickly, everything isn't going to align right there. But Washington did a good job to allowing him to play freely, right? And even not even worrying about the coverage responsibility all the time. They put him in on some blitz situations so he can just go attack the quarterback. So really good outing again from Quan. Good job from the defensive coaches to put him in positions to make plays. He came through for him. And we'll see how things go from now. Now, 7 snaps is a good start. Now, does it get increased moving forward? Do you see 12? Do you see 15? Do you see 20? We'll see. But without further ado, that's going to wrap it up for us. Again, like, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about Quan Martin in the comments. Until next time. Peace.
Chop it down. Chop it down. Chop it down. You gon' chop it down. Chop it down. You gon' chop it down. Damn, set, watch him throw the ball. Man. We gon' pick it off. You gon' let him hit the hole or you gon' cut it off. You gon' play through 4th and long or you gon' punt it off. Your defenders, heavy hitters, put your pads in. Don't be looking for the ref to throw no flags in. Keep the helmet on, keep the cleats tight. You the type to want to win by any means, right? You should look alive. This is Trap or Dive.